Hey, Alex with WindowCleaner.com. One of the most frequent questions I get is how long do my filters last, how often do I have to change them, and what's the replacement cost on them. Here I have laid out all the filters that you might find in a multi-stage system. I'm going to go through briefly what they do, about how long they should last you, and roughly costs. Sediment filter. Sediment filter is going to catch large particulates that make it through the hose bib, out of the well, in your own hoses, and they are meant to get stuck in your sediment filter, preventing any kind of damage down the line in your system. Sediment filters are very inexpensive, a couple of bucks, $2, $3, maybe $4. You can get them pretty much anywhere too, which is really nice because you could go through a sediment filter in one day. If you plug into a spigot that hasn't been used in quite some time, there could be rust or bugs in there, anything that can clog up your system pretty quick. So always a good idea to have extra sediment filters on hand. The carbon filter, in some systems there isn't even a sediment filter, but the carbon filter will also catch sediment before it gets down the line. But the carbon filter's main function is to take chlorine out of the water. Chlorine is a big killer of RO membrane, so it's important in a multi-stage system that you have a carbon filter in good working order in your system and you replace it often. In a standard system with a filter like this, I tell people it's good measure to change it every 2 months. You can get these things anywhere from 8 to 12, maybe 15 bucks. Again, pretty much anywhere. So it's always good to have one of these on hand as well. They're not going to do a lot for removing total dissolved solids, but they are going to really get that chlorine out of the water, which is really important before it gets to your RO membrane. Your RO membrane is the most expensive filter in your purification system. These things can go anywhere from $350 to $600, maybe even more, depending on the system and what the RO specifications are. But the RO is what does the heavy lifting. It can remove up to 90% of the TDS from the water before it moves down the line, which is important if you have very hard water. You want to remove as much of the TDS, or the solids, as possible before you get to your last stage, DI. DI is the polish. It's your last line of defense. This is what's going to ensure you're cleaning glass with absolutely pure water. 0, 0, 0 is what you want to see in your TDS meter. No solids, no particulates, no minerals in the water. It's going to give you good spot-free results if you agitate and rinse properly. DI is changed as needed. Keep your TDS meter on hand. Once you start to see your numbers creeping away from 0, get some resin on order. It's good to have it on hand once you start to leave 0, 0, 0. So these are your basic filters in a multi-stage system, what they do. Stay tuned for more information.